In this video, I'd just like to show how to add Irish names to towns, cities, streets, buildings, whatever, in OpenStreetMap so that they appear on this Gaeilge version of OpenStreetMap, which we created a few weeks ago. So if you go to this site and zoom in a bit, you should see that all the town names come up in using their Gaelic names, and also the street names. As you can see here, the street names that I've added over the past few weeks are showing up here as well. And any streets that don't have an Irish name added yet will just appear blank. They'll just be empty, they won't have the street name here, and that's been done on purpose because what we want to do is try and complete this map and have as many of the street names in Irish as possible. So what I want to do today is just show you how to edit, how to log in and edit and add street names in OpenStreetMap. So the first step is to register with OpenStreetMap, and there's a different video showing how to register if you need help with that, but you just provide your email address and then wait for a few minutes and verify your email address. And after logging in, then you have a view of the map. I'm here in Newry, so that's why it's showing me Newry, and that's where I've previously edited. So you'd zoom into somewhere where you want to make changes to, for example, James Street here. And once I'm at the place that I want to edit, I use this edit button up at the top left on OpenStreetMap here. So if I click edit, I get the satellite view, and I can zoom into the street. And when I click on the street, I can see all the information about this particular street on the left here, the left panel. And I've got some street names already sort of sitting to one side here for myself, so to make it easier for me to paste them. So if I take this street name, and we can see here that the name field for this street that I've clicked on is James Street, and I just want to add a name in another language. So if I choose Irish there and just enter the name, that's that one done. So I've got a few more here I might do, so maybe Monaghan Street. If I can zoom out and find Monaghan Street. Over here. I'll click on Monaghan Street here. Now you can see that it's got more than one segment for Monaghan Street. So I'll have to make sure that I add the Irish name to all the segments that are Monaghan Street. So we can see this segment here is also Monaghan Street, and I need to make sure that I add the street name in here as well. And I'll just click and drag to move the map and get this final, oh no, there's two more segments here. I'm just clicking on both of them here at the same time. You can do them one by one. And I'm just putting in Monaghan Street for those two as well. We've got Lower Catherine Street here as well, which is just off Monaghan Street here. So I'm going to choose, is that the whole street selected? It is, and I'll just click add again for a multilingual name, choose Irish as the language, and add in Lower Catherine Street. So I paused the video and added a few more street names. You might argue with some of the spelling of some of them, I'm sure, but this one, as an example, was taken from, there's some granite stones at the bottom of these housing estates with the name spelt in this manner. The other street names I obtained from the sort of the council street signs that were actually on the houses, but there was a couple of streets here where the residents have done it themselves. But once you've got your changes made, you need to use this save button at the top right, otherwise your information won't be saved uploaded to OpenStreetMap. So you need to click save, and it'll summarize everything that you've done, and you can give it a little description about what it was that you were doing today. So I'm going to say added Irish names for streets in Newry. And I can click upload then, and that just saves everything, and that information is now saved. Now it won't appear on some websites for maybe a few days. For example, the Gaeilge one, if I was to reload the site and check in here again, those changes won't appear because it takes a few days for the updates to get through. But within a few days you should be able to zoom in here and see these streets completed with their actual names on them. There's one that are already done. But all these other streets here, they'll all be completed in the next few days. Sin é, slán.